I want to talk about ingredients in the grocery store you have to avoid at all costs. And yes, I usually do it from the food aisle, and we'll get there eventually, but I wanted to start in the laundry detergent aisle because we all want our clothes to look and smell great. But a lot of the ingredients that do that are skin irritants, hormone disruptors, and actually horrible for the environment and the aquatic system. Let me show you. Look at something like this. And this is a common ingredient in most laundry detergents. Boom. SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate. Sometimes you'll see SLES. It's a scrubbing agent. It really cleans your clothes very thoroughly. The problem is it's such a harsh scrubbing agent that number one, it runs off into the water systems and it's very bad for the aquatic system, but it's so harsh or good at what it does, it can be a skin irritant. If you have sensitive skin like me, you can get really irritated skin. More importantly, a byproduct of SLS, which is used in so many of these laundry detergents, is something called 1,4-dioxane. And that might ring a bell because a few months ago, the state of New York, maybe another state too, I can't think right now, banned at least 4 types and brands of laundry detergent because they had elevated levels of 1,4-dioxane. It's not an ingredient in there, it's a byproduct of the SLS. So if you remove the SLS, you remove the 1,4-dioxane. Then if you come down here, it gets a little scarier, of course. Look at these names for the aromas, which by the way, I don't know about you, when I walk down this kind of aisle at the store, which right behind Leilani is Febreze, Gain, all these odors give me a headache, but we're gonna power through here. The reason I'm getting the headache is because how do you think they get Waterfall Delight or Moonlight Breeze? How do you bottle that and put it in your bottle of Gain? Look what it says at the bottom. Oh my God, I can't see anything here. There we go. Parfums and fragrances. You've heard me talk about parfums and fragrances a lot in personal care items, but they put it in this stuff too. Think of that as the natural flavors version of the laundry world and personal care world. You want to avoid it because literally the definition of perfumes and fragrances is 2,000 to 3,000 mystery ingredients. And if you ask them what's in there, hello, what's in your parfums? They ain't going to tell you. That's proprietary, madam or sir. But in there are horrible ingredients that are once again bad for the environment, bad for you, but in there and have been tested are things called phthalates, endocrine disruptors, and hormone disruptors, and you're consistently putting that on your clothes, putting it on your skin. That stuff can mess up your hormones, so get ones without fragrances. And sometimes it can be a little tricky because this is a Bobby approved one right here, 9 elements. If you look at the ingredients, it says fragrances, but if they specifically say it's a lemon essential oil, that's fine. If it's essential oil based, that's what you want. To be honest, for me, I don't need essential oils. I just want my clothes clean. I don't want to smell frankincense and lemon, but if you want it, get it from essential oils. And last but not least, before I pass out in this aisle, is, you know, some of this stuff is like whitening and stain lifting. The way they do that is right here. Fluorescent brightener, AKA optical brightener. It has nothing to do with cleaning. It has everything to do with lifting stains or like white, yellow stains off your white shirts where your pits are. But it's a really bad ingredient that is linked to benzene, and benzene is directly linked to cancer. So you do not want anything with fluorescent brighteners or optical whiteners. So what do? Well, if you're at Walmart like I am, go for the 9 elements, but be careful because this one is a lemon essential oil. This one right here says it's lavender, but it says fragrances. It doesn't say essential oil. So go with 9 elements here. What I use at home is Branch Basics, which I love. It's so non-toxic, it works great. Planet is a very good option too, or something called Molly Suds or Humble Suds. But you really have to know what's in your laundry detergent because it's gonna make me pass out right now and it's gonna be really bad for you too. Let's take a super quick break from the video at the grocery store because over there we were talking about ingredients you want to avoid. Well, it turns out, like I've said many times, mattresses are made with a lot of materials you want to avoid too. This is my organic birch mattress. We have them in every bedroom in the house, and actually they have a Memorial Day sale starting on May 15th. My link down below will get you 25% off your mattress of choice and 2 free pillows. Mattress can be one of the most toxic things in your home because the materials they use for most mattresses, this is documented, are toxic. They're endocrine disruptors, they're hormone disruptors, and they off-gas over time, and you're sleeping on the bed every night. For me, ideally 9 hours is perfect. You don't want those toxins around you or in your house. Birch Living makes the birch mattress. It's organic, it's comfortable, and it's non-toxic. I got hooked up with them like 2 years ago, and the great thing is you order online, the box comes to your home. They're super easy to set up. It's organic. It's made with 5 simple materials. It's got a 100-night sleep trial and a 25-year warranty. So a lot of fans do actually DM me or email about the mattress. Click my link down below. The Memorial Day sale starts on May 15th. If you're watching before that or after the sale ends, the link will still get you 20% off. Otherwise, for Memorial Day, it's 25% off your mattress of choice and 2 free pillows. But I do recommend upgrading. This is the Birch Organic pillow, organic, non-toxic, but super comfortable and nice and supportive. I don't get neck kinks anymore. And if you're looking for a kid's mattress, they have the Birch Kids line, which is non-toxic and super clean too. So link down below, birchliving.com/FlavCity will hook you up. Let's talk briefly about monosodium glutamate, MSG. There's man-made MSG and naturally occurring MSG. One is bad, one is good. And you'll oftentimes find the bad ones in chips and crackers and snacks. This is Ruffles. Ruffles have ridges. Yes, there's processed oils and artificial colors. There's also monosodium glutamate in this chip and a lot of other chips too. Wow. We got 36 cents for a ramen chicken packet. 52 cents for hot and spicy beef flavor. That'd probably be the one I would want if I were to eat it, but that is a literal laundry list of ingredients, and buried somewhere in the middle here, if I have my magnifying glass, is monosodium glutamate along with canola oil, cottonseed oil, and you actually have a triple dose of MSG. See at the bottom here where it says disodium guanylate and disodium inosinate? That's the sisters and brothers of MSG. So you get a triple dose in this one. And then it's common to find it also in soup. This is hearty bean and ham soup here. We look, there it is, monosodium glutamate. So what is the big deal about it? Well, man-made, chemically made MSG, its main goal is to hijack your taste buds, send a signal to your brain, say, this is crave-worthy, this is yummy, eat more, get me hooked on that food. The problem is that's 100% artificially done, and there's a lot of bad side effects to man-made, chemically made MSG. Now, I talked about this in a reel on Instagram a couple weeks ago, and people called me xenophobic. It has nothing to do about races or where in the world people use it. It's only about ingredients, because you can get natural MSG in the form of Parmesan cheese, mushrooms, tomatoes. They all have natural umami, and that's not going to mess you up. But man-made MSG, especially lots of it, is called an excitotoxin. It gets your neurons in your brain party like a rock star, party like a rock. And the problem is, if you like that one, the problem is if you party too hard and eat too much of the MSG, you're going to kill your neurons. You excite them to death. So please, it's not about xenophobia or anything like that. It's about ingredients. And man-made MSG is to be avoided. I think a lot of us know by now that drinking a beverage that has 39 grams of added sugar for 12 fluid ounces is probably a bad idea, which is why a lot of people turn to diet sodas. The thing is, there's a big difference between the good diet sodas and the bad. So this is Diet Coke, and you see it right there. It's sweetened with aspartame. And actually, if you grab this one right here, Coke Zero, yes, it has the aspartame also, but it has ACE K. ACE K, aspartame, sucralose, I'll put those back in a second. Those are the bad artificial sweeteners. The good ones like monk fruit, allulose, stevia are the good sugar substitutes. I've made many, many videos about that. But the problem with drinking sodas like this, thinking you're avoiding sugar and then getting aspartame and ACE K, is those are very disruptive to your gut and your microbiome. They actually cause anxiety that can be passed on to family members via your lineage. It makes you more insulin resistant, and it actually causes more weight gain after all. So if you want to be a diet soda drinker, I urge you not to drink these kind. There are some better options in the grocery store. Wow, this is crazy. This is not a real soda. I was hoping they'd have a Zevia, Olipop, or Poppy. Those are sugar-free sodas sweetened with stevia. I think a couple use allulose. The difference between a stevia allulose monk fruit compared to aspartame ACE K is night and day. Avoid the flavors of those Zevias, Olipops, and Poppies that have caramel coloring. I think they do those in the like cola ones because caramel coloring is an artificial color. You don't want that. But yeah, they all have natural flavors, and even something like this. It's watermelon has natural flavors, but in the game of would I rather you have horrible sweeteners or something that's way cleaner with natural flavors, I'd rather you have the natural flavors and avoid those horrific sweeteners known as aspartame, ACE K, and sucralose. All right, my friends, that is it. I know these videos are not the most uplifting, but within the walls of the grocery store, yes, there's good stuff. We point them out all the time, but there's a lot of bad stuff, whether it's in food, personal care, or even your laundry detergent. So I hope you found this video helpful, but that is it from the grocery store, my favorite place. I leave you like I always do. # keep on cooking, mad love and peace. Later.